Chosen one, tonight is your night. This is not just another moment in your life. This is not just another message. This is the moment when everything changes. God has seen your struggles. He has heard your prayers. He knows the weight you have been carrying, the silent battles you have been fighting, the dreams that have felt just out of reach. But that season is ending. Tonight, transformation begins. If you have been waiting for a sign, this is it. If you have been wondering when your breakthrough will come, it starts now. If you have been seeking confirmation that you are meant for something greater, this is your answer. You are stepping into abundance. This is the final shift. The moment where everything that has been blocking your blessings is removed. The moment where your mindset shifts, your spirit awakens, and your faith becomes unshakable. God is preparing you for something greater. Are you ready to receive it? Chosen one, God never intended for you to live in lack. You were not created to struggle endlessly, to just survive, to go through life feeling empty and unfulfilled. You were created for abundance. The world has tried to convince you otherwise. It has told you that you must settle for less, that you are unworthy of blessings, that success and favor are for other people but not for you. That is a lie. God's word is clear. He delights in the prosperity of His people. He has plans to bless you, to increase you, to open doors that no man can shut. But here's the truth many people miss. Abundance is not just about what you receive. It's about what you step into. You see, God has already prepared the blessings. He has already positioned the opportunities. He has already declared your increase. But you must align yourself with His plan. You must step into the abundance that is already waiting for you. Look at the story of the Israelites. God promised them the promised land, a land flowing with milk and honey. But He didn't drop it into their laps. They had to go and take it. They had to fight for it. They had to trust that God had already secured the victory, even before they saw it with their own eyes. What if your abundance is already set aside for you, but you have been too afraid to step into it? What if the only thing standing between you and the life God has prepared is the belief that you are not ready, not worthy, or not capable? Let me tell you right now, you are ready. You are worthy. You are capable. God has been waiting for this moment. Tonight is your transformation. The mindset of lack, of fear, of hesitation, it ends now. The season of just barely making it, of wondering if things will ever change, that season is over. God is calling you to step forward. The life of abundance is not coming someday. It is here. It is now. But will you step into it? Chosen one, before you can step into abundance, you must first release the mindset of lack. Abundance is not just about wealth. It is not just about material blessings. It is a way of thinking, a way of believing, a way of living. And for too long, the enemy has tried to keep you trapped in a mindset of limitation. You have been told that you are not enough, that success is for other people, that you must accept the struggle, the lack, the barely getting by life as your reality. But that is not the life God has planned for you. The Bible says, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." Your life will always rise or fall to the level of your mindset. If you believe you are meant for struggle, you will always find yourself in difficult situations. If you believe you are unworthy of blessings, you will reject the very opportunities that God places in front of you. But the moment you shift your mindset, everything changes. Look at the Israelites in the wilderness. God had already freed them from Egypt. He had already promised them the land of abundance. But when the time came to take what was theirs, most of them doubted. They saw the obstacles, the giants, the challenges, and they chose fear over faith. And because of that, they wandered in the wilderness for 40 years. Not because God did not want to bless them, but because they were not ready to receive the blessing. How many times have you delayed your own breakthrough because of fear? How many times has God placed an opportunity before you, but you hesitated, wondering if you were capable? That stops tonight. You are not weak. You are not unworthy. You are not a victim. You are a child of God, chosen for greatness, equipped for abundance. So take a deep breath and declare, I release every thought of lack, of fear, of limitation. I step fully into the abundance God has prepared for me. Because the moment you believe it, everything will begin to shift. Chosen one, abundance is already prepared for you, but faith is the key that unlocks it. Faith is not just believing in God. It is believing that what He has promised is already yours. It is trusting that even when things look impossible, God has already made a way. This is where many chosen ones get stuck. They pray for abundance. They ask for increase. But when God presents them with an opportunity to step into it, fear paralyzes them. They wait for signs, for certainty, for perfect conditions. But faith does not wait for proof. Faith moves forward even when the path is not clear. Look at Peter. When Jesus told him to walk on water, the miracle was already available. But Peter had to step out of the boat. He had to put action behind his faith. The moment he believed, he walked on the impossible. Look at Abraham. God told him he would be the father of many nations. But for years, he had no child. Faith kept him moving forward, even when the promise seemed delayed. And because he held on, his descendants became more numerous than the stars. Faith does not wait for conditions to be perfect. Faith moves, and the conditions shift in response. Chosen one, if you want to step into abundance, you must activate your faith. That dream God has placed in your heart, it is not too big. That opportunity you have been afraid to pursue, it is waiting for you to step into it. That transformation you have been hoping for, it begins the moment you take the first step. God is not asking you to figure everything out. He is not asking you to have all the answers. He is only asking you to trust Him enough to move. So ask yourself, what has fear stopped you from doing? What opportunity have you delayed, waiting for the right time? The right time is now. Abundance is not for the hesitant. It is for those who dare to believe that God is with them, leading them, making a way where there seems to be no way. If you can believe it, if you can see it in your spirit, if you can step out in faith, nothing will be impossible for you. Chosen one, when you activate your faith, you step into divine favor. Favor is when God opens doors you did not knock on, when opportunities come to you that you did not chase, when things work out in ways you could never have orchestrated on your own. This is the power of walking in alignment with God's will. Many people believe that success comes only from effort, from struggle, from endless hard work. But let me tell you something. One moment of God's favor can do more than years of striving. Look at Joseph. He was sold into slavery, falsely accused, thrown into prison. But because of divine favor, he went from the pit to the palace in a single day. Look at Ruth. She was a foreigner, a widow, someone who had lost everything. But because of divine favor, she found herself in the lineage of kings. When God's favor is on your life, man cannot stop what he is doing. People may try to block you, circumstances may look impossible, but what is meant for you will always find you. But here's what you must understand. Favor follows faith. Too many people are waiting for favor before they move. They say, when the opportunity comes, I'll act. When I see the breakthrough, I'll believe. But that is not how it works. Faith moves first. Favor follows. Imagine if the Israelites stood before the Red Sea and said, "We'll walk when we see the path open." But no. The waters parted after they stepped forward. Imagine if David had waited for confirmation before fighting Goliath. He didn't wait. He stepped onto the battlefield, and victory met him there. This is what it means to walk in divine favor, to move forward in faith, knowing that God has already made the way. Some of you are standing on the edge of your next breakthrough, but you are hesitating. You are waiting for signs, for certainty, for everything to feel comfortable. But God is saying, "Move, and my favor will meet you there." That idea, that business, that opportunity, that dream, it is not random. It is a seed God has planted in you, and if you step forward, His favor will go before you, making the impossible possible. This is your time. Favor is waiting. But will you step into it? Chosen one, when you step into faith and walk in divine favor, you step into abundance. Abundance is not just about material blessings. It is a way of living, a state of being, a deep, unshakable understanding that God is your provider, your source, and your sustainer. Too many people limit abundance to financial wealth, but true abundance is bigger than money. It is peace that cannot be stolen. It is joy that cannot be shaken. It is doors opening before you, relationships aligning, divine connections forming, and opportunities chasing you down. Jesus said, "I have come that you may have life, and have it more abundantly." That means you were not called to live in constant struggle. You were not created to barely survive. You were made to thrive. When you walk in abundance, you are no longer controlled by fear. You no longer operate from a place of scarcity, worrying if there will be enough, if things will work out, if you will succeed. Because you know that God has already secured your future. Look at Solomon. He did not ask for riches, he asked for wisdom. And because his heart was aligned with God, he was given wisdom, wealth, influence, and peace beyond measure. Look at Esther. She stepped into her calling, and because of that, she saved a nation. When you truly embrace abundance, your life becomes a testimony of God's power. You begin to bless others, inspire others, and lift others up, because what flows through you is greater than you. But here's the truth. Not everyone steps into this level of life. Many will hear this message and still stay in their comfort zones. Many will feel the call but ignore it, waiting for another time, another season. But you are different. God has chosen you for something greater. He has positioned you for impact, for influence, for overflow. But you must say yes. Yes to transformation. Yes to stepping out in faith. Yes to walking in divine favor. Yes to receiving all that God has prepared for you. Because abundance is not coming. It is already here. And it is waiting for you to step into it. Everything you have prayed for, everything you have been waiting for, everything God has prepared, it is all right in front of you. This is your moment of transformation. No more delays. No more hesitation. No more waiting for the right time, because the right time is now. God has already made the way. The opportunities are set. The blessings are prepared. But you must make the decision. Will you step forward, or will you hold back? This is not just about hearing a message. This is about acting on it. The people who step into abundance are not the ones who simply believe in it. They are the ones who move in faith. So right now, in this moment, declare it over your life. Say it out loud. I am stepping into my transformation. I am ready for abundance. I receive everything God has prepared for me. Let your words activate your faith. Let your declaration shift the atmosphere. Let your belief align with what heaven has already set in motion. And if this message has spoken to your spirit, declare it in the comments. Type, "I receive this. My transformation begins now." Stand in agreement with what God is doing in your life. Because this is your moment, your breakthrough, your shift. You are stepping into abundance. And nothing can stop what God has set in motion. It is done. The shift has begun. The transformation is here. You are no longer the person who hesitates, doubts, or questions if you are worthy. You now walk in confidence, faith, and divine authority. The struggles that once defined you will no longer hold you back. The limitations that once seemed impossible to overcome are now stepping stones to your greatness. The life of abundance is no longer a dream. It is your new reality. God has prepared you for this moment. He has equipped you with everything you need. Now, you must walk boldly into what He has already promised. From this day forward, expect doors to open. Expect favor to surround you. Expect divine opportunities to appear. Expect the kind of blessings that will leave others in awe of what God has done in your life. And as you walk in this abundance, remember one thing. This is just the beginning. The journey ahead is filled with miracles. Overflow is coming. Supernatural increase is on its way. You are stepping into a season where nothing will be missing, nothing will be lacking, and nothing will be impossible. If this message has spoken to your spirit, declare it in the comments. Type, "I receive this. My life of abundance begins now." Let your faith be seen and heard. Because the world is about to witness what happens when a chosen one steps fully into their divine destiny. This is your time. This is your season. This is your victory.